Hello guys and welcome to Daily Market Movements. Welcome to another episode where today we're going to be analysing the NASDAQ 100. Just before I start today's video, for those who are still wanting to join my signal service, please don't hesitate to visit my website dailymarketmovements.com. I've left the website link in the description of today's video and I charge a very small fee of $29.99. So let's have a look at the NASDAQ 100. It was a horrible close yesterday. We've closed below the 50-day EMA down at 14,328. In fact, it was a horrible week for the NASDAQ 100. I think we had 1, 2, 3, pretty much 4 negative trading sessions for the week, and we have fallen in total since that Monday where we had that nice jump towards the upside. We've fallen around 5.66%. So not a very attractive week at all, especially if you're a bull in this market. But that being said, one thing that I do want to point out is that, it's not absurd to see the NASDAQ 100 to close below its 50-day EMA. Look, even when we were trading at all-time highs, it happened on several occasions. We did close below the 50-day EMA and then we quickly sprung back above it again here in December 2021. We can even go down to the 30th of September. We actually had a massive pullback below that 50-day EMA, and then look what happened. We managed to snap back up and we had this wonderful rally towards the upside. So I don't think all is lost yet here for the NASDAQ 100. I think that, there's lots of news that's influencing the market at this moment in time, and I find it very funny. And I'm not just talking about this time period here. It's pretty much in general with the stock market of how quickly sentiment can change. When we went into the market on Monday and we had that nice 2% pop towards the upside, the trade up towards 15,183. If you turned on the news, when I say news, I mean investment news such as CNBC or Bloomberg. And many investors were saying, could we potentially trade up towards all-time highs? I think that the market has now bottomed, and I think that the hard stuff is kind of behind us, and this market is so strong, etc. And then all of a sudden, we've had a quick snap back towards the downside. And then watching the news yesterday, there's been a complete change in sentiment. There's are we going to go and revisit the lows? The Fed's hiking, the Fed's balance sheet, inflation this. The war is getting worse in Russia and Ukraine. There's so many things that change so quickly in the stock market, and I think that tells me one thing. And I think that's why I wanted to come onto YouTube today to kind of let you all know is that you've got to be nimble in a market like this. If you're making profit, you've got to take it. I'm sure that there's many traders who probably bought, they might have even cherry picked the bottom here and rode up towards 15,300, and the chances are you've probably still got that position open, hoping that it's going to go up towards 16,600, where you might already be down 6%, as I showed you earlier on from the performance of the NASDAQ 100 this week. So if you are a day trader, I would definitely start to be nimble. Any short rallies, you've got to be taking their profits and wait for the dips to occur, because they will occur. As I mentioned, the news headlines are very choppy, whether it's due to Ukraine and Russia or the Fed, or the Fed hiking the balance sheet. There are so many news events out there at this moment in time which is going to cause swings, whether that be towards the upside and the downside. In terms of, though, if you're more of a medium to longer term investor, such as myself, I think that the market is starting to price in a lot of the negative news. We've pretty much got every single Fed member come out with a hawkish comment now. There's no one left in the Fed now who is dovish. I think there's one member who said, I think that we should raise 50 in May, and then we should have a look around. Well, that's not really that dovish to me. I think that's more of a hawkish Fed. So in terms of the Fed, I think a lot is priced in now. I think we've done that this week with regards to how quickly the Fed is going to have to hike. Of course, we have the news from taking money off the balance sheet as well, so trimming that balance sheet, and I think that's also been priced into the market this week. Of course, Ukraine and Russia, it's terrible what's going on over there, but I think that's been priced into the market over this long period here. So I think that a lot at this moment in time is priced in, and I think it won't be long now until we do start to see a bounce back. I think one thing that would really help is if we did see the inflation numbers, so the CPI index, come in at a lot softer than than expected, but I think we could be waiting another 1 to 2 months until we do get a good reading. But Nasdaq 100, of course, still plenty of opportunities here. Not an ideal close below that 50-day EMA, but I'll be looking very closely next week to see whether we can bounce back above that 50 and 200-day EMA for 200, which currently sits up at around 14,750. If we can get above those two indicators there, then I think that could potentially clear the path for us to go and retarget those swing highs up around 15,300.